Hello and welcome back to the TimTom podcast. All little viewers, very welcome. So, Tom right now is where the first episode was filmed, aren't you, Tom?
I am indeed.
And so the running order for today's episode will be Fetty by
Da 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 da.
Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist, then followed by...
And Currency.
I mentioned Currency, followed by Action Bronson, new album Rap Bronco, followed up by the new LP from Vince Staples, FM. Then we will talk briefly about...
I don't think it's an LP. I think it's more of a project, but we'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
And of course, Kenny Beats and JPEGMafia.
Yes. Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy. Okay, so without any further ado,
Would you like to get into it, Tom?
Freddie, a project that I'd heard about, but I didn't really see coming because these three have only ever made one song together previously. That was on Currency's collaborative mixtape with Alchemist, entitled, what's it called? Covert Coup. The track being Scottie Pippen's, a good song, recommend it to the family.
Yeah.
And I mean, Currency and Freddie Gibbs have worked together quite a lot, and Currency and Alchemist have worked together quite a lot, but never really as a threesome that much. But I've got to say, I love this very much. This is a very good
Yeah.
9 tracks.
It's a very interesting and strong record with some compelling production throughout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what struck me about it.
This was probably, if you disclude Kids Be Ghosts, it's probably the best collaborative project since Without Warning. Certainly in the way that it has 2 rappers and a producer.
Yeah, definitely up there. It's
which, funnily enough, came out on the exact same day, Halloween.
You told me about it, and then the first thing that came up for Freddie Gibbs is this song which came out like 2 years ago, but this is it an LP?
I'm not really sure. I think just like FM, it's not been given a distinct name. I don't really know. I think it's probably an album if it's anything, but
yeah.
Anyway, so we kicked it off with Location Remote.
Oh yeah.
What a track. Currency brings the heat. So does Freddie, and so does Alan the Chemist.
I thought it was a great opener. So the beat in the background is pretty obvious, and then there's someone singing over the top of it. Is it?
Yeah.
Or making those noises over it. But it sounds like it a tiny bit. I really loved it when Freddie Gibbs comes in. Every syllable feels like you're getting uppercutted. It's great. He has a great flow. Although one thing I noticed was that flow he has was like it's sort of the staccato flow, where it keeps on going. It feels like I've heard it all over on the Freddie album mixtape, and it's all over this, but it works so well in this. It works well in both, but I just noticed it. It's like the Brockhampton flow, I guess.
I love the bar that he ended his verse with on this song. About how he raps the pack like Stunner Man, and he's such a legend. He's gonna do Coachella as a hologram.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that bar about Coachella is the hologram. I was like, what? Oh, I thought it was some kind of conspiracy. Coachella's a hologram.
No, it's just Tupac came on to do Coachella as a hologram.
Yeah.
Then he had The Blow.
Yes.
The instrumental was great for this one for me. I think the star of this show actually on this whole project for me might have been the Alchemist himself.
Yeah, the beats on this like entire project are so good. There's not a single poor beat. I'd say the beats are always they're hard, they're interesting, and they're compelling. You're never bored. It's what I like about this is that it has this from the intro. It does the old whoop it up and it goes completely the other way. I loved it.
I just like the flow and yeah, it was the most drug dealing track on the whole album,
Yeah,
which is what these two guys are known for. So I guess you'd expect that, but
yeah. I like the blacker than blackenese line. I thought that was pretty funny.
yeah.
Unless, yeah, unless I didn't hear that right, but I thought it was pretty funny.
And then
It's,
you had new Sang.
oh yeah, it has this really sweet sampling. It continues a strong production. Currency sounds. What I liked about this was so it feels like a somewhat melancholy or yeah, nostalgic melancholy from like somewhere somewhere looking back on something. There's a line later which Freddie has. It's like dead homies in a wall. I zip them up like a coroner. It's pretty dark and pretty melancholy. I thought it was a nice change of pace.
I liked the Currency's line as well.
Mm-hmm.
I got a Rolly collection. You ducking bill collectors. It's a nice rhyme scheme.
Mm, definitely. It's and so this is followed up by Saturday Night Special.
Yes.
Oh,
Which I think in some way at least might have been linked to Currency's Saturday Night Live mixtape series.
right. So I thought this was one of the major highlights in the project for me. It was Currency gave it a really, really great performance. One of the lines is I'm feeling trapped on this revolving landmine.
Yeah.
And then it continues like the American dream can be your death or your everything. And it was like, God damn, it's flawless. I thought it was amazing on this.
Yeah, I would say there wasn't a skip on this album.
No, not at all.
I've listened to it. I think I might have listened to it 10 times. It did actually come out the day before we released our last episode. So I've had a lot of time to listen to this over and over again.
Yeah, I do listen to it
really good. And after that we had
Now and Later
Gators. Now
where Freddie Gibbs,
my one problem with this album is this period of 3 songs.
Yeah.
Where they were good songs, but it didn't have both of them on it.
Now,
This was just the Freddie track.
Can I just stress that Freddie Gibbs again demonstrates here his profound ability to sing.
Oh man,
Beautiful.
He said he's making an R&B album. I hope so.
I cannot wait. I
think it was a joke, but
oh, please let it happen.
we're going all night, baby. God damn.
Oh yeah.
You didn't need the verses. You just needed that.
Yeah.
And the Alchemist as well brings the fire yet again.
Oh yeah. It's not the strongest track on this project.
I think it's probably my second favorite after Location Remote for me.
Really?
Yeah, I love the singing, man. It's so catchy. It's so great.
Oh my god.
I love it.
Oh. Well, I appreciate the novelty, but I don't think I could listen to it unironically, to be honest.
What about No Window Tint?
No, I didn't really have much to say about this one.
I love the use of the sample. I thought the way it was so beautiful when it came in. And then Alan added the drums and the bass, and then it became gritty. Then Currency did his thing.
Okay.
I thought it had an interesting progression, especially considering it was less than 2 minutes long.
I thought some of the lyrics are pretty interesting. Towards the end, it sounded like there was some meditations in Spain. And how, like, I guess Currency hasn't had, I don't know, has it to do with it? I'm not sure. Instead of, like, with smoking but with no window tint.
I forgot to mention, this is his Currency, including collaborative efforts, his 72nd project.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
His 6th of the year,
No,
three EPs and 2 albums before this.
yeah.
He's a very prolific guy. He released the mixtape a month last year as well. Our boy Curren.
Is that more prolific than Lil B?
It is.
Whoa.
Over a longer period of time.
Yeah.
Anyway, after that we had the last of the 3 solo tracks. Another Freddie Gibbs cut, Willie Lloyd.
I was a pretty big fan of this actually. I thought
this was his most relentless flow. Like he seemed to not stop.
Yeah. And he gave a really pretty emphatic performance compared to the rest of them. Sometimes he could be a bit monotone, whereas here we picked it up. He had a bit more of a character. Staccato, like it hits you every time, every syllable. And I thought there was the beat in the background was a bit. It was dark, it was gritty, and there was a pressure going on. I thought that was really good.
Now, actually, I'm going to take back what I said earlier. My favourite track, Tapatio.
Ooh.
The Latin guitar on this. Fire.
It was a very interesting psychedelic sort of sample.
And then Currency comes in, Spitter comes in, and he kills it. And then Freddie comes in afterwards.
Yeah.
And he does his thing as well. It's just another solid track.
I thought the way they introduced some singing into the sample later, I thought that was really well.
Yeah.
Now,
and it was probably the best transition as well into the next track. Of the whole album, I thought.
Yeah.
Because on the other ones you could sort of tell because the beats were quite different. But I think on this one it really was probably the cleanest switch.
Yeah.
To Bundy and Sincere. Unless you had anything more to say on.
No, not on Tapatio. It's simply there's one lyric I heard when I listened to it all the time. It stuck out to me, but I've forgotten what song it was on. But it was I think Freddie Gibbs raps about, I don't know if it's so much like stuff, but like he says that I feel like an only child. And I think, oh, that's so funny. It's pretty funny lines.
I want it all like I'm an only child.
There we go. Yeah, it's great. And okay, so now onto the closer.
Bundy and Sincere.
Yeah.
It wasn't the most amazing song on the project. But it had a nice tribute to Mac Miller.
Yes, I noticed that at the end.
And no, it was the transition between the verses. So the end of Currency's verse. The start of Freddie's one.
Yeah.
The actual end of the whole project, though, I thought was bizarre. That vocal sample they used. It just, I don't know, it was a bit weird. I mean, it worked, but
yeah,
I have no idea what it was. I don't think it was English even.
I thought it was there was an allusion to like got money on my mind. That was nice. And then it's make sure you touch something luxurious before you die. And then then there was the Back Villa tribute. Yeah, it's I think it worked the closer pretty well. It was I mean it wasn't compared to some of the other songs.
It did wrap it up quite well. I will say that.
Yeah, this project is and something which is, I guess it's a theme with the other 3 projects. They are all fairly short, and the running length of all of the songs is fairly short. These are they're short, they're sweet, and they're compact and efficient. It's quality over.
That's how it should be done.
It's exactly how it should be done. The production on this is positively inspired throughout, and it's refreshing hearing for me hearing Freddie Gibbs over these more I'd say artful beats compared to some of the hard trap on Freddie and so on some of his previous albums. It reminds me a lot of Pinata and
especially because it only had the one producer.
Yeah.
On both of them.
Yeah. So I think it's a brilliant project. I'll give it an 8/9.
I think I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it's
Very, very good.
it's compact, it's quality, it's compelling, it's thoroughly enjoyable.
It's probably the most consistent project Currency's ever been involved in.
I think it's the most consistent project we've reviewed so far.
And I would like to shout out Drive-In Theatre because that was probably his best mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
If you have heard this and you're like, I really like Currency,
Yeah.
but you don't know where to go because obviously he's got so many mixtapes.
Yeah.
That'll be a good place to start, in my opinion.
There we go. That's a very handy hit.
And I think your comparison to Pinata would be where I'd send anyone that wants to listen to Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, definitely. Pinata is the best album.
Mad Gibbs. What a collaboration. And Fetty, what a collaboration as well.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We need to get Freddie Gibbs just needs to work with new sorts of inspired producers a bit more.
Because he did most of it with someone we'll mention in the second, Kenny Beats, and he did probably the best beats on the Freddie album, but
yeah,
there was some more bland ones as well, so yeah, keep it consistent, Freddie.
Yeah.
And then you get stuff like this. And this has got a lot of critical acclaim. Every single hip-hop based magazine's given this a positive review.
Yeah. I mean,
so you can't say better than that, really.
It's earned it. It's a positively inspired project. Great. That was funny. Okay, so without further ado,
we're going Bronson next.
Oh yeah, Action Bronson himself, White Bronco. My bad. 2018.
The Bronson.
So,
Mr. Wonderful himself.
Oh yeah, I found this to be similarly a very strong artistic album from this guy. It's a strong project through and through. What I noticed was there's a focus on jazzy, bluesy instrumentals abundant in it, and there's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek nature some of the bars and some of the ideas. It's so
what you're describing there is an Action Bronson album full stop, really.
What this felt like,
everything he's ever done that I've heard has been these kind of beats, and his lyrics are always, they're what you hear for, because you never know what he's going to say. It's just brilliant.
What I'd say for this album, just like as a quick overall, is like the closer on Mr. Wonderful, the Easy Rider. It's like that. Yeah, it's like that, but for an entire album. That's what I'd say. Okay, so let's... No?
I love, the first thing I'd say, I love the horse neighs that have this album around them.
Yeah. They're so good.
This is madness. Anyway, we're going to kick it off. The opener.
Dr. Kimball.
Another great opener.
Oh, yeah. I love the fact that it has this rolling start. It's not just, okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. He's already started, and he's just straight into it. I thought...
The Harry Fraud beat was excellent.
Harry Fraud.
And the second verse as well, in particular, was my favourite one.
Any lines? Any lines you wrote?
Just the bit where he ended it with, I've got the case, the lawyer's Jewish. And then, while the clip was going, he kept on saying, he just happened to be Jewish. He could have been anything.
Oh, yeah.
But you couldn't really hear, but
yeah,
it sort of stuck out to me eventually.
I noticed that, at least on this song, there are some, I think it's right actually, there are some deliberately incomprehensible ad-libs where it's just like going, blah, 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 blah. I thought it was so funny. And the horse neighing, it's like a motif throughout. It comes in and out. It's cool.
Yeah.
And it's a very cool, very strong opener. It sets the tone really well. Then we have Bronson Freestyle, continuing this line. It's a nonsense savage again, and it's
I don't know, this one was a bit of a dip for me. I didn't like it that much.
Okay.
I couldn't really remember much about it, even though I've listened to the album 3 times.
I don't remember it being bad, and there were some lines like I use a G-Wagon like a go-kart. It's pretty funny. But then after this one, Mount Etna, it's a lot better. It's a step up.
The Ringer bringing the production.
Mhm.
I like the hook, which actually only came in once. I think I need to get my smurf on. I like that.
It was really catchy.
The sample. Oh no, wait. I love the line in particular. My next album's only for dolphins. I think that summed it up pretty much. The subject matter being all over the place.
Yeah.
And then it ended with that bizarre sample of like, you don't want to smoke weed, but saying no to your friends can be tricky.
Yeah. And then it's like, fuck it. It's so good. It's irreverent, and he knows, like, he's such a character actually. But he knows who he is. He knows who he wants to be, and that's what he gets. It's like, he doesn't muck around.
Yeah.
Well, he does muck around, but in a good way.
Definitely.
And so I found on this one, I felt the sample reminded me a bit of Madeleine, tiny bit. But,
I didn't really get that personally.
okay.
I like the beat though. The Ringer, thank you very much.
And what I liked was so a lot of these feel like they were live instruments. So in theory, they could perform a load of these songs live with a live band, and that would be really good.
He actually usually tours with Alchemist as a DJ.
Ah.
But I see what you mean. It's a throwback to boom bap style jazz rap. And you can never say no to that, in my opinion. After that, we had his first of 3 collaborations with Knowledge, Live from the Moon.
Yes.
This was the only song that actually made me fully on laugh out loud.
Really?
With some of the lyrics. It was unbelievable. I like the beat. Just from the start, where he kept on saying Live from the Moon, I thought it was ridiculous. Before coming up with lines like, ever since a fetus, I had visions of a leader. And probably the best one, fuck Star Wars, Indiana Jones is better, bitch.
I mean, the man's not wrong. He's not wrong.
That made me laugh every time.
Yeah.
And I disagree, but it still made me laugh.
Oh. It's there's this really nice sax solo towards the end.
Oh yeah, that's the last thing I had noted down.
Yeah.
Lovely sax, which flows really well into the trumpet and glockenspiel beginning of the album's title track and lead single.
White Bronco.
Yeah.
I thought it was oh my god, the intro to White Bronco. Oh,
beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. I'd listen to that on repeat for hours and not be bored.
I love a bit of glockenspiel and trumpet combo.
So good. And it's
before the boom bappy beat comes in. And it's mixed so well.
So smooth. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I mean I thought it was pretty 90s. It was
again the Ringer on production. He was someone that I'd heard of, but I didn't really know of their work before this album.
Yeah.
But all his beats really stood out to me on this album.
It's a very mature beat. It's class, pure class.
And he also shouted out my favourite Janet Jackson album.
Which one is that, Tom?
Rhythm Nation. He said he was bumping it in the whip, so shout out to Bronson. We're on the same level. The Janet Jackson album.
I like the how it ended. It slows down, goes an octave lower, and it's like the thing try to fuck it up.
Yeah.
And it goes into brutal. Or is there anything else you'd like to say about White Bronco?
No, I think that sums it up pretty well.
Yeah. So brutal. It's it's a pretty brutal track. It's meant to be abrasive.
He just comes in shouting.
Yeah. And then it ends with people shooting like Tech 9s or something.
Yeah, but in the middle, I thought Mayhem Lorenz stole the show for me. I thought his verse was... I don't know, I didn't really like Bronson shouting that much. But Mayhem Lorenz coming in was pretty good. Although him calling himself the Hood Pope, I think A$AP Ferg will have a thing or two to say about that.
I think I had to be in the mood for it to listen to it.
Yeah, it wasn't my favourite song.
No, mine neither. But the abrasion on this album makes the transition into Prince Charming even sweeter. It's Prince Charming, we covered it a few weeks back. It's so listenable. It's so smooth. Honestly. It's a pleasure to listen to, especially after.
Definitely the most laid-back track on the album.
Yeah. It's a major highlight. That and Mike Bronco are two major highlights. That's why
they're both the singles.
But they work even better in the context of the album. Especially Prince Charming.
But then for me, this segues perfectly into my favourite track.
Telemundo. Ooh.
Samien's guitar. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. The guitar in it is so good.
It's unbelievable. It could carry the song anyway.
Yeah.
But then you hear that. It was like it was like shouting or barking in a really echoey room. Then the guitar comes in.
Oh.
And then Bronson just goes, "Motherfucking World Cup starts today. You better be listening in Spanish." Before getting into this one verse, which is wild, and it features perhaps the most motivational line on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Only looking up because the truck doesn't have a roof.
It takes us back from the smooth, listenable, little Prince Charming into the grit. Like it's a bit grit in the album, and it's really
I can't stress how much I love the guitar.
Yeah, it's very, very, very good. Then the Castle. Yeah.
I only really like the title of the song.
Yeah.
Again, Knowledge's beat was pretty good, but it's not really a highlight for me. In fact, to be honest, after Telemundo, the album could have ended, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, because I think the last two songs...
I mean, Ring Ring, it was alright. I liked the line, sniffled every drug on the science chart. But this is probably the worst use of Big Body Bez he's ever done.
Who's Big Body Bez?
The guy that shouted, "Machine Gun Money." But he's on Bronson tracks before, he said some amazing things. That you'd probably have to listen to like the likes of Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Blue Chips 7000. And his best project, which is solely produced by the Alchemist, Rare Chandeliers. There's some great uses of Big Body Bez in that album. But not really here.
No.
This was for me, didn't do it. And just before that, it was closed off with hands down the worst song on the album.
12 on them.
There is nothing good about this song.
No, I agree. I thought it was such a disappointing closer, and it's night and day. It completely detracts from the overall musical idea of the album, with it being laid back, jazzy, bluesy, and now we have trap stuff.
Some synthetic.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
where was the thought process for this song to be added on at the end?
I don't understand it. It should have just been a separate single.
Just don't make it.
Yeah.
A$AP Rocky disappointed.
Yeah.
Bronson disappointed. I think we can leave that there, really.
Well, up until Telemundo, it's a very strong song.
Definitely. But
because of the end, 8 to 7 for me.
I think this is a 6 for me. This is far from Bronson's best album.
Well,
I'd recommend Rare Chandeliers. I can't recommend it highly enough.
Okay. I think perhaps I'm being too generous, but I really love the use of the two lead singles in it and the lead up to them, and up to Telemundo is great. If it ends...
One thing you can always guarantee from Bronson is some good singles.
Okay.
Because of Mr. Wonderful, the singles were Terry, Easy Rider, Acting Crazy, and Baby Blue, and they're all incredible. But that whole album was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the singles here were probably the best songs, apart from maybe Telemundo. And I like Dr. Kimball a lot as well, but...
Yeah. I liked Mount Etna, and I like Mount Etna a lot. Oh, yeah, I think 6 or 7 is a good rating.
I'm going to give it a 5.
Really? Oh my god. Okay. Let's move on to Vince Staples' new project, SM.
This was designed to be like a radio show.
Yeah, man.
And you had, like, right from the start, you had the Big Boy and his crew from the Big Boy in the Neighborhood show talking about how it feels like summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear this like hypnotic Kenny Beats production come in.
It's
And then Vince comes in, spits these hard bars.
yeah, this album does not mess around. It goes straight into it. It's hard trap throughout. Hard trap beats, raps about gang violence in LA. And it's
And then the lovely Ty Dolla $ign feature on this track as well.
yeah, it's not what I was expecting. I was expecting something along the lines of Big Fish doing. But I'm pleasantly surprised by this. It's,
Oh yeah, before I should have started with this actually really. This is a short project dedicated to his biggest fan and supporter from day one. This is a quote from his Twitter and Instagram. He needed something to represent him and where he comes from and what he's about.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the quote. But the picture on both of them was a picture of himself as a child. So his biggest fan or supporter from day one is he younger him? I don't really know.
I guess it's him. He's always been his biggest fan.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah, self-love.
So, good strong opener, feels like summer.
Oh yeah, it is a great
Production handled on this whole album by either Kenny Beats, Hagler, or both.
I mean, they did a great show.
Pardon?
He did a great job.
Yeah. And it had the great line in the first verse. We gonna party till the sun or the guns come out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a bunch of lines like that in there. It's there's lots of reading to it. I think it's not just hard trap. It's a bit more than that. Some meditation.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this one was a trap song. It was a fire beat.
Yeah. I think the start of this is great. The first few songs are really, really, really good. Like
Yeah, Outside was a great track.
Yeah, I love the
hook especially.
It has like this pretty creepy beat in there. It's really catchy and it's a strong follow up. It's never love, never trust, never gonna snitch. Yeah, and then there's followed by Don't Get Chipped. Oh my god.
He changed his inflection a bit to sound more like a child, as he sort of rapped over this reverse sample beat. But it was still the same subject matter, and I like J-Rock's hook quite a lot.
I was a big fan of Don't Get Chipped. I thought it was so good. It's great. It was hard. It was snappy, and there was some pretty staccato raps in it.
Yeah, especially considering how bad J-Rock's album was. I thought this feature was surprisingly good.
I thought it was a really, really great song. It's one that I'll play in a party. I want to try and mix them into a DJ set somehow.
Yeah, man, you do that.
And then is
Relay.
Yeah.
Oh, Relay.
Or Relay.
And again, a great hook. That's something I'd say throughout this album. The hooks were on point.
Yeah. I was thinking these would be great. Some of these songs would be great live.
And again, this one just said great hook, then a short, snappy, dark verse, then another one, and he ended one of them with just saying he's gonna have to raise his son from the visiting booth after all the gang shit that said person involved in. I just thought it was crazy.
Yeah. Vince Staples He's impressed me in this project a lot. It's yeah, I like the sort of almost glitchy beat on Relay as well. That was interesting.
Yeah.
It reminded me a bit like Danny Brown or JPEGMafia sort of beat. It was good.
Well, someone else that really impressed me, Earl Sweatshirt on the next track.
Yes, and it's actually Earl. It's great.
It was just randomly like, no, Earl Sweatshirt, and then he comes in, and the beat is crazy. And then Earl raps over it. But it's only 23 seconds.
But then Earl dropped a single today.
Yeah, which sort of made up for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it just, I can only imagine what this would be like if it was a full song.
Yeah.
Fire.
Earl's been making some great since his last album.
So after that little interlude, you had Run the Bears, Run the Bears.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I listened to this, I hated it, but the second time, it'd be great live. It's really memorable. It's
yeah, it's the catchiest song.
Yeah, and so you know you're talking about that line about he's gonna have to raise his son from a visiting booth. In this, it's don't bring knives to the gunfight. We bring knives to the day room. The day room prison where everyone's sitting down and watching TV, and you bring fucking shanks.
Whoa. He also had House So Big Need Kanye Lipo.
Oh my goodness, that's savage.
Yeah, man.
It's just I didn't know. I don't know. I wasn't expecting these sorts of really dark lyrics.
I felt like this one though, this track and No Bleeding could probably chart quite well, or stream quite well if he took them out as singles. I don't think he will, because this isn't an album. It's just a little
I don't know, I reckon
tastery piece, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I think they could stream quite well. And then we have Fun.
Yeah, it has this really interesting bouncy beat, but
yeah,
in my opinion, I don't know. It didn't. I felt it went a bit. It didn't really go anywhere after then. I mean, not. Yeah, it just didn't go where I wanted it to.
Yeah, I liked E40's feature, but he just said the same lines over and over again.
I think it could have been shorter. Perhaps, I don't know, a very short song. Not just an interlude, but yeah, I didn't think it was that good.
But maybe a hook, a verse, and then the hook again.
Yeah. Then we had No Bleeding.
Again, another very catchy, fun song.
Oh, yeah. And hard. I thought it was similar to Fun, but better. It's
Although Kamaya's feature, I have to say, was awful. Wasn't feeling it at all.
Then we have a bunch of interludes.
Are you leaving? Yeah, the new Tiger interlude didn't really do anything for me. Just apart from the final line, no cap like an undergrad. I thought that was pretty good.
There's the skit though. I really like the skit, and talking about good sequencing and transition.
Yeah.
Ooh, the skit.
Listen to the final track.
That was perfect. I don't think it could have been done better. It's that on its own.
I actually didn't know they were different songs until I looked at the track listing. That's how good it was.
It was so good. Sweet is I'd say one of the best songs on this project. It's this nice like peculiar keyboard. The beat bumps. It's darker. It's it has this delicately sung hook is
Kalani.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. We just had somebody else this week. Then My Peace of Mind is Fleeting. It's got some serious depth. It's a very mature song. What I feel is so if this album from Feels Like Summer up to this point is like a beach party, this is a wake up call. This is the day after, or something's bad or something. But it's great. And then there's the I'm Tweaking. Yeah,
it's just a deep and introspective closer, which I think works for me pretty well.
Yeah.
To round off another solid, 11 tracks, but a bunch of them are less than a minute long.
All of it, it conjures this sort of sad vibe at the end of it, which is it's a bit of a downer as an ending, but I think it's so effective, really effective.
Yeah.
It's a great closer, one of the best closers we've had.
So this was a much better project for me. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8 as well.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 as well. 8 to 9.
Solid, once again.
Really, really good. I'm impressed with Vince Staples.
Vince has been underrated to me, and this is another example of why he shouldn't be, because, again, very good.
And he's versatile.
Yeah.
He's proving it here.
He hasn't done anything that sounds like this before.
No. And this is great. So,
now, this has been synchronized quite well, because we talk about mainly Kenny Beats production on the last album, and we're going to round it off today with a single from the man himself.
Peggy.
And Peggy.
JPEGMafia. Puff Daddy.
Now, this was far from the most lyrical or funny JPEGMafia song.
No.
But the beat sort of made up for that, really.
Oh my god, the beat was really harrowing.
Yeah.
So it has the You Don't Know Me sample that's all the way throughout the beginning of Veteran, especially on I think Sub Quiz. No.
Yeah.
Wheel. Yeah. It has that, and then it's this sample it's abrasive, it's jarring, it's everything I want from JPEGMafia. It's great. It sounded like this could have been on Veteran, perhaps.
No, I don't know. It was a bit of a different direction. It was more of a trappy thing than a thing on Veteran.
Okay, I take it back. It builds on more. It builds effectively on Veteran.
Yeah, but I like this a lot.
Yeah, me too. I was a massive fan. The bass, the only thing, I don't know, I'm in two minds about the verses. So I love the sample on the hooks and how it's so jarring and abrasive and high pitched. And then in the verses, it's just sort of
a bit more subdued.
Yeah, this deep, low, sort of more lo-fi, bass boosted thing. But it's not that bad. I'm just a big fan of the chorus. And he's like shouting about having big whips. And then, so he layers his voice a few times. Says like the same thing over, but it makes it sound louder, and it just adds to the abrasive nature of this track. It's great.
So this to me is probably better than most of the stuff on Veteran. I like this a lot.
Oh. I mean, I like it a lot, yeah. I'm a massive fan of Veteran. But yeah, I mean, I'd say it reminds me of Veteran pleasantly. It's like Veteran, but a bit cooler in some places.
Yeah, I understand that.
And it gets in quick, it goes hard, and it gets it's short, it's sweet, it's efficient. And I'm giving
it's a trap banger.
Oh yeah, I'm giving this like an 8 to 9. I thought it was really, really good, really strong.
And that just about covers us for today's episode.
Yes. So, thank you for allowing us to take you on this magical mission.
So just quickly, if you had to pick one, what would it be? Forever and ever and ever.
Freddie.
Same here. I'm glad we can agree.
Yeah.
Let's shake hands and go our separate ways. Thank you very much for listening.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Adios.